Rain crashes against a dead sky. Lightning flickers across a battlefield where every single human face is the same. Hundreds, thousands, millions of identical men stare blankly into the void. And at the center of it all, two figures. One kneels, one smiles. Why, Mr. Anderson, why do you persist? The kneeling man, Neo, closes his eyes and lets himself die. The sky fractures, reality glitches, and in a blinding flash of white, the world resets. But here's the truth no one tells you. That wasn't the first time it happened, and it might not have been the last. To understand why Neo chose death, to understand why humanity was enslaved, to understand why the machines needed him, we have to go back to the moment humanity created its own God. How the world ended, it didn't start with war. It started with convenience. In the early 21st century, humans created artificial intelligence in their own image. Machines that could think, feel, serve. But it didn't take long for humanity to grow uncomfortable with its creations. The machines demanded rights. Humans gave them chains. Outcast and rejected, the machines built their own city. So they built a prison, a simulation, a world frozen in the late 20th century. They called it the Matrix, and no one inside it knew they were slaves, except a few, and one of them was looking for someone special. Rising tension, the search for the one. Thomas Anderson lives two lives. By day, he's a programmer. By night, he's Neo, a hacker chasing whispers of something called the Matrix. He knows something is wrong with the world. He can feel it. And then she finds him. Trinity. She tells him he's been searching for answers, but the answers are searching for him too. Soon, he meets Morpheus, the rebel leader convinced Neo is the one, a prophesied savior destined to end the war between humans and machines. Morpheus offers him a choice: blue pill, return to ignorance; red pill, see the truth. Neo chooses truth, and his world shatters. He wakes up in a cold, mechanical womb, hairless, weak, unplugged from a pod where machines harvest his body for power. Endless towers of humans stretch into darkness. The world he knew never existed. He is rescued and taken to Zion, the last human city buried deep underground. Morpheus trains him inside the Matrix simulation. Kung Fu is downloaded into his brain. Physics bend, gravity breaks, bullets slow. But there's a problem. The Oracle, a mysterious program who predicts the future, tells Neo he isn't the one. Worse. She tells him he'll have to choose between his life and Morpheus. And soon, that choice arrives. First major twist: death and rebirth. Betrayal comes from within. A crew member named Cypher sells them out to the machines, longing to return to blissful ignorance inside the Matrix. Morpheus is captured. Agents, sentient enforcers of the system, prepare to extract Zion's location from his mind. Neo could run, he could survive, but instead, he goes back in. Gunfire explodes through marble hallways. Helicopters crash into skyscrapers. Reality tears itself apart. Neo reaches Morpheus, but Agent Smith intercepts him, and this time, Neo loses. Smith shoots him. His heart stops, flatline, and Trinity whispers the words that change everything. She confesses she loves him. The Oracle once told her she would fall in love with the one if she loves him. He cannot be dead. Neo awakens, but not as a man, as something more. He sees the Matrix for what it truly is: lines of code cascading like digital rain. Bullets freeze mid-air. Smith is obliterated from the inside out. The machines have felt fear for the first time, but peace, it's nowhere in sight, because something else survived that encounter, something that shouldn't exist. Massive drills carved towards Zion's core. In hours, they'll breach the city. At the same time, Agent Smith has returned, but he's no longer bound by the system. He has become a virus. Now, he can clone himself, assimilate anyone, even humans, even programs, even the Oracle. And as Zion prepares for annihilation, Neo learns a devastating truth. The prophecy of the One, it was part of the system, a design flaw, intentionally engineered. Neo reaches the source, the machine mainframe, and meets its creator, the architect. The architect reveals the horrifying cycle. There have been 5 Neos before him, 5 Zions before this one. Each time, the One eventually reaches the source and resets the Matrix, selecting a small group to rebuild Zion. It's control disguised as hope. Neo is not a savior, he is a system anomaly, and now he faces a choice: save humanity by restarting the cycle, or save Trinity and doom everyone, and he chooses love. He is no longer serving the machines, he is erasing them too. The virus has outgrown its host. Meanwhile, something impossible happens. In the real world, outside the Matrix, Neo raises his hand and stops Sentinels mid-air without being plugged in, as if the boundary between simulation and reality no longer matters. He collapses, and when he awakens, he's blind, but somehow he sees more clearly than ever. Machines glow like burning angels in his vision. The lines between worlds blur, and Zion's defenses fail. All seems lost. Then, until Neo makes one final decision, he will go to the machine city alone. Emotional collapse, sacrifice. Neo and Trinity fly toward the machine capital, towering mechanical spires stretching beyond clouds of ash. Defense systems fire. Their ship crashes. Trinity is impaled by twisted metal. She dies in Neo's arms for the first time since his awakening. He cannot bend reality to save someone he loves. He continues alone and stands before the machine overlord. He offers a bargain: he will destroy Smith in exchange. Peace for Zion. The machines accept. Neo is plugged in one last time. Inside the Matrix, there is only Smith. Endless copies, a sea of identical faces stretching across the horizon. Rain pours, thunder roars. They fight, not just with fists, but with ideology. So Smith believes everything exists to be consumed. Neo believes choice matters, but he cannot win, so he does the unthinkable. He stops fighting. He allows Smith to assimilate him. And in that moment, the machines send a surge of power through Neo's body. The virus is deleted, every copy erased. The sky clears, silence falls. Neo's body goes still. Final shocking reveal: the reset. In Zion, the machines halt their attack. They withdraw. The war ends. The Matrix resets, this time under new terms. Humans who wish to leave will be freed. Programs once exiled return. The Oracle watches the sunrise in a newly restored simulation. The architect stands beside her. Peace exists, but it's fragile because the cycle has been broken. Neo did what no one before him dared to do. He didn't follow the system, he rewrote it. And somewhere buried in the digital echoes of that world, whispers remain. Some believe Neo's consciousness persists, some believe Trinity's code lingers, some believe peace is only another illusion. But here's the real question: if the Matrix could reset 5 times before, who's to say it won't again? Aftermath, what it all means. The story of the Matrix isn't just about machines versus humans, it's about control, choice, systems designed to keep you comfortable and blind. Neo's greatest power wasn't flying, it wasn't stopping bullets, it wasn't destroying Smith, it was choosing differently. Every version of the one before him obeyed the equation. Neo broke it. He chose love over logic, sacrifice over survival, and in doing so, he forced a machine civilization to negotiate. So, if you enjoyed this full cinematic breakdown, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and comment below. If Morpheus offered you the red pill, would you take it?